welcome back. We were discussing the riot versus riot. Smriti there holding several questions for Dr. Singhvi. I'll allow you to rebut Smriti on that, Dr. Singhvi, before I have other questions for both Smriti and you. Yes, go on, Dr. Singhvi.
First of all, the choice of the riots topic for this program is that of Navika Kumar and Times Now and not mine. And I'm happy to debate it because that's the program. Secondly, there are vital differences between 84 and 2002 which you appear to have forgotten. In 84, unlike Mr. Modi, there is contrition, there is acceptance, there is apology, no less than the Prime Minister and the Congress President. There is not a whisper of an apology from Mr. Modi. The one time a question is asked to him on candid camera, he walks away from the interview. And the one time he tries to refer to it in a debate, he gives the very highly inapposite analogy of a puppy. That's Mr. Modi for you, and that's the Congress for you. Number two, unlike Godhra, there have been several political careers which have been lost in the Congress, which have been affected in the Congress. There have been people who have not been given the ticket, they have not been allowed to be re-elected, and the process of criminal prosecution, there are 432 people who have been criminally prosecuted and punished. A large number of other matters are going on. And if there is a new SIT, it can well be there and there as well. But what has happened in Godhra?
The Congress has only done when there has been public pressure. But Smriti wants to make a point. Yes, Smriti.
No, I think the Congress party has mastered the art of apology. You hike prices in this country, you make the Prime Minister apologize, sorry, we don't have a magic wand. You have corruption in 2G, CWG, and you have corruption in the coal case. All the Prime Minister and the country does shrugs its shoulder and says that sorry, we couldn't do much. You have soldiers at the border, their heads cut off. You have 26/11, Pakistan not being brought to book, people not getting justice. All the Congress does is make convenient noises. You have the 1984 right, 30 years hence, not a single congressman convicted or jailed, and you have Mr. Singhvi telling us, be happy with an apology that is given. What Mr. Modi has said, that a due process of law should convict any politician if they have been found to be rioting and if they have been found to be breaking the law. He has included himself in it and said that if you find any evidence, hang me in a public square, let an apology not suffice. Vis-a-vis the analogy of a puppy, Dr. Singhvi, it is shameful that it is you who has equated a puppy to a community in this country, not Mr. Modi. The egg is on your face, sir. It is shameful that the Congress would actually go for political benefit. Hang on, sir, I'm not finished yet. The Congress for political benefit would equate a puppy to a community in this country. That is something that you have done, sir, not Mr. Modi. You did many surveys which have shown Modi's popularity growing day by day, month by month, especially on issues of good governance. Because the Congress has completely failed to address issues of good governance, it is trying to raise the secular bogey. It is not working, Dr. Singhvi, because the last C-voter survey that the Times Now channel projected showed Congress sliding below 100. Sir, you are awaiting one of the biggest defeats in the forthcoming Lok Sabha election, sir, and that is what you should be bothered about.
Last question to both of you. The question that I'm asking Dr. Singhvi
you're giving me no time for rebut.
I am coming to you, Dr. Singhvi, but the question I'm asking is that will this all ultimately boil down to the secular versus communal debate, and will you hope that there is a third front that will come out and stop the BJP in its track at a time when most quarters are looking at this as a point where Modi seems to hold the advantage? Dr. Singhvi.
It's always a holistic equation, certainly not only one. But if you think, as the BJP wishes, that in that larger equation there will be no secular and no communal issue, then the BJP as usual is barking up the wrong tree. This is the height of absolutely blind, starry-eyed Modi worship to suggest that before the polls start, Modi is the victor. I am reminded of 2003 end and 2004, when one gentleman, Mr. Pramod Mahajan, convinced Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee with the same starry-eyed worship and devotion that there is nothing which could stop the BJP juggernaut, and that India was shining not only but the BJP was shining. And in 2004, as they say, the rest was history. So people who are presumptuous in politics, who give themselves self-congratulatory backslaps and say that we are already the Prime Minister, we already won the elections, the Indian electorate has a very nasty habit of teaching them a lesson. I don't think this kind of a presumptuous approach 2 months, 4 months before the election, we've been hearing the last 2 months, should be there. We approach the electorate humbly. Yes, somebody will win, that somebody's victory, this is the last point, assuming that there is one victor, that victor cannot possibly have an equation that electoral victory will overshadow the misdeeds of the past. This is a mistaken, the fundamental fallacy of the BJP.
Well, it did for you,
is that you can
Dr.
do
Singhvi,
crimes,
it did for
you can do errors, you can do
It
huge
did
errors.
for you. The
but
Prime
in
Minister
elections, it's all
is
right.
on record. The Prime Minister is on record to say that in 2009 he was elected as the Prime Minister despite the corruption cases of 2G. So the Prime Minister thinks that the electoral victory washes away the past. Smriti,
No.
would you agree with Dr. Singhvi when he says that electoral victories do not wash away the past? Isn't that an analogy that has been used by the Prime Minister himself?
The Congress party has always used the minorities in this country as a very convenient vote bank to grind their own political axe. Today, Dr. Singhvi says that secularism is a huge issue which is extremely important and dear to the Congress party, especially given that they are so inclined to serve and help the minority community in this country. Navika, in the 15-point program of the Prime Minister for the minority community, if you look at the list of states which have done well, you will see Gujarat in the top 10 of that list. And the 18 states which have done badly for the minority community, well, sir, most of them are topped by Congress-ruled states. In the Sachar Committee report, the best literacy rates for the minority community, the best savings by the minority community, the best employment opportunity for the minority community are available in Gujarat, sir, not Congress-ruled states. I will want to tell Dr. Singhvi very humbly, hang on, allow me to finish. Allow me to finish, Navika. I very humbly submit to Dr. Singhvi, sir. We are very confident. This is not idol worship or Modi worship. This is about an organization's confidence in a leader to lead them into election. We were confident enough to project Narendra Modi as the prime ministerial candidate. You didn't have the guts to project Rahul Gandhi because you see defeat clearly written in 2014, sir. And that is my only humble request to you, sir, is remember the Jayaprakash Narayan movement. Remember the fact that this is an election about good governance. This is an election where you need to respond to charges of corruption vis-a-vis various scams and price drives. I will end this interaction by only saying, remembering Jayaprakash Narayan ji, who said to the Congress party, Singhasan khali karo, janta aati hai, Dr. Singhvi.
You know,
last 10 seconds to you, Dr. Singhvi.
Navika, first and foremost, if you rewind to 2009, there was no Mr. Modi, but there was the ever hopeful prime ministerial candidate, Mr. Advani. And if you see the rushes of 2009, exactly the same proponent projection as a presidential candidate contest was done. It was the same BJP with the same slogan. This is the presidential prime ministerial candidate. And this thing is done by the BJP every time.
That's right. We're completely out of time. But yes, everybody is waiting for the results on May 22nd or thereabouts for the elections of 2014. But Dr. Singhvi clearly says the BJP has done this before in 2009, declared its victory even before it really happened. Will that be a replay of 2009 or will Modi get closer to the finishing line? That is the big question. We will keep our eyes on that one. Next week on Real Politics, we'll have lots more of the political equations.